Yo, 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 welcome to the Flex Zone. It's your man, it's your boy, your host, your friendly reminder, Jay Henderson. Hey, welcome to the Flex Zone. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be in this place, not just in a physical place, but in a mental and spiritual place as to where you are like at peace. Like we we get to some moments in our life where we entertain a lot of things that is non-beneficial for us. So today, as a result of that, my topic is bumps in the road. Bumps in the road. You know, I'm 45 years old and I've heard so many people throughout the course of my life use that little analogy, that little piece of information that really changes the narrative, that really changes the narrative for life. When somebody say that they hit a bump in the road, physically without the mental part of it, it's basically like a pothole. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get your car, the last thing you want to do is run over a pothole in the road. The last thing you want to do is hit a bump in the road because it damages the vehicle. It damaged the vehicle. The bad part about it, it damaging in ways that you can't see. So it might throw your alignment off a little bit, and it may be weeks and weeks before you start to notice it. But every time you hit a bump in the road, it damaged your vehicle a little more. And that's how life is. It starts to take a toll on you mentally. And when something starts to affect your mental, it starts to affect you physically. It manifests physically. So what ultimately happens is, as a result of hitting a bump in the road, things start to happen from the inside. It starts to happen in a place that nobody see because you continue to smile. You continue to go about life like everything is normal. And you never stop to say, hey, I need a break. Hey, I need some downtime. You have to do that sometime. And the crazy part about life is sometimes people feel like they can't afford to stop. So they'll die trying. Don't kill yourself trying. Stop and get some help. There are people out there that's equipped, that is equipped spiritually, mentally to help you get through certain phases of life. But what happens is sometimes we be out of place. Sometimes we be out of place, and as a result of that, we miss out on those key components that's there to, or that would have been there to help us get past that phase, get past that phase to where you're crumbling, where you're breaking down, where you don't know what to do. So you give up, or you do something that sets you back further than you would have been set back, because being out of place is even worse than the bump in the road, because it's one thing to hit a bump in the road, but it's one thing to break down on side of a road somewhere where you don't know where you are. And we get there in life. We get mixed up with certain people. We get mixed up in certain situations. We get mixed up in certain relationships. Not just dating, because I think so many people lock things into dating. Not just dating. Relationships are so much more than dating. So You have to make sure that you are traveling on a road where you're familiar with, and if you happen to get lost in life, that you're in the right place where people can help you get back on track. Or 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 when you damage your vehicle from these bumps, from these, I've been to some I've been to some cities where you just literally hate to drive in because the roads are so bad. You ever been to a place to where the roads are so bad you don't even want to pull your vehicle out. You just want to walk everywhere. Oh my gosh. Life sometimes can have you in places where you just, you know, you want to be non-mobile. You just have to be still sometimes. I'm just gonna sit here. Literally, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna be still until I figure out what's going on. Because I'm not gonna damage myself traveling through somebody else's world that's in turmoil, that's damaging to me, that's affecting my health, that's affecting me mentally, that's affecting me spiritually. I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. So you have to feel like that about you. You're gonna hit some bumps in the road. But you got to make sure that your maintenance team is A1. The shade trees don't always get, because I know some good. I can't knock the shade trees. I'll be honest with you. My whole life up until now, I've went to shade trees. But the thing about it is, when you go to the dealership, a lot of people won't really understand this, because when you've been somewhere, they want to understand that analogy, because when you've been in a certain mindset your whole life, you've gotten comfortable in that mindset, and sometimes it could be damaging to how you move, or detrimental to your future, to the point to where you're moving, but are you moving at the right pace, or the right speed? Are you heading in the right direction, or are you just moving? Some people are okay as long as they're just moving. As long as we moving, we okay. Where are you going? I don't know. How long is it gonna take you to get to? I don't know. They don't know nothing. The only thing they know is that they're moving. That ain't good. That ain't good. So when it comes to you being on the right path and making sure that the direction that you're traveling in is the right direction, and you may hit some bumps in the road. Be prepared. Be prepared. The thing about a bumpy road is you can't go speeding down a bumpy road and expect a good result. You cannot go speeding. You got to take your time. And there are parts of life where you have to stop and you have to take your time. Sometimes you have to pull over. You got to pull over. You got to check your vehicle. You need to check your tires. Sometimes once you come off a bumpy road, get over the Firestone. Let them check your alignment. That's how. Find you a Firestone. Find you somebody that could make sure that you're aligned with the plan. God has a plan for you. He knows the plans that he has for you. Plans to grow you. He knows. So if you want the full God experience, then your life have to line up with the full God plan. You can't expect the plan results off of your own energy, your own understanding. You can't do that. You got to understand the ways of God. and you got to live by the ways of God. It would be misleading for me to tell you to try to live up to a certain standard as it concerns perfection. It would be hypocritical of me to make you think that you could. At least try. At least try. I remember back in the day, people would always use this little, I think it's it's a song that Pastor Donna McClurkin sang back in the day. We fall down, but we get up. Everybody wanted to use it as, they even use the Bible verse, because the Bible verse go with it. A just man falls 7 times. But they always pick out the pieces that fit into their life or fit their situation. You can't do that. You have to have the whole understanding, and you have to live by that in its entirety. You can't pick and choose what you're going to live by, what parts you're going to live by, because those bumps in the road that's keeping you off track, those bumps in the road that's damaging you, those bumps in the road that send you back, that's causing you to be off track and may not affect you right then, but it's damaging for down the road. You'll be on top of all of that. You'll be on top of all of that. It won't catch you off guard. So you won't be sitting around feeling bad for yourself. A lot of people do that. Like, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it pushing. Time don't stop and wait for you to fix you. You got to keep going. And regardless if you hit a bump in the road or not, at least you understand that it's not to stop you. It's not to hinder you. A bump in the road just means that wherever you are, it's probably just poor maintenance. And it's up to you to decide whether you're going to keep traveling that road, if you're going to keep going through the same thing, if you're going to keep dealing with the same stuff, if you're going to keep taking stuff off the same people. That's up to you. Make choices that not only benefits you for the now, but it sets you up for later. Make choices that protects your mental, like your choices should be your security for your life. Like, you had to get security on your cell phone, you had to get insurance on your car. You have to, your choices should be the insurance for your life. You should feel that way about life when you wake up every day. You only get one. You only get one life. Listen. And one day, they're going to stretch your body out across a building, and people going to walk around and look at you. For you, nothing else matters but eternity. What you do now matters leading up into that day. Make sure when you're living, when you wake up in the morning, set a boundary for your day. Don't accept any kind of garbage. I don't entertain any kind of garbage. When people come to me with mess now, you know what I do? I stop it right there. I don't entertain it because it affects you in the long run. That's a bump in the road. It has a crippling effect for the long run. So I'd rather not know. If it affects my peace, I'd rather not know. If it affects me mentally, I'd rather not know. Keep that trash over there. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, what you telling me for? If somebody doing this over there and they doing that to that person over there, and a lot of y'all be getting involved with stuff that don't involve you just to have something going on in your life. That ain't the way that go. So make sure that you're traveling in the right direction. You may hit a bump in the road. You may run into something that may be a little damaging, but don't let it stop you. Get you some prayer in. Get you some you time in. Literally. Do something for you. And make sure that you're living your best life while you're here. Because when you're gone, that's it. When you're gone, that's it. The same people that ran to you with that garbage or cried at your funeral, but guess what? They'll find somebody else to pour that garbage on. Hey, I hope you're living your best life. I hope you're enjoying life. And I hope you stay as beautiful as God created you and intended for you to be. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Keep you some peace deposited into your mental bank and your spiritual bank. Keep you a daily deposit of peace. And don't give nobody the pen to your account. Don't give nobody the access to your account. Because if they can keep you empty of peace, that means you're miserable. It's your man, your boy, your host, your friendly reminder. Hey, check us out on Pandora. Go follow me on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, please. Don't be scared to see somebody else win. Don't be scared to share. Share it. I appreciate it if you do. But most of all, at least check it out. At least check it out. Give it a try. And help me grow. And we can grow together. It's your man, your boy, your host, your friendly reminder, J. Henderson. And you're in the Flex Zone. I love y'all.